What's up, guys? So I mentioned a few days ago I ordered a new set of pickups for this. This is my Brice Defiant 634-37. It is a fan fret 34 to 37 inch scale 6-string bass. It sounds cool, plays really good. I like it. I have an Audere 4-band preamp on here, so the controls are volume, blend, high mid, low mid, treble, and bass. My only real gripe about this is that the pickups just aren't that great. I think they're the same pickups that Agile uses in their extended range guitars. They don't sound bad, they just sound okay. They're kind of bland. So anyway, what I'm gonna do is just a quick sort of, I don't know what you'd call it, sort of a demo of what this thing sounds like. I'm going to set the preamp entirely flat, so no boost, no cut on any of the EQ centers. So this is the two pickups in the middle. So now, because this has a 37-inch scale low B string, the B is fantastic. The low B string's great. In terms of its tension, in terms of its sustain and clarity, it just doesn't have that kind of, that oomph that you want. It's not bad, it's just not as good as you would want. So anyway, middle position, then the neck soloed. The bridge, I'm really not a huge fan of. It's really thin sounding. It just really doesn't have any grunt to it. So I'm hoping to get some more punch out of that. So what I ordered was a set of Nordstrand Big Blade pickups. They should fit this more or less. I may have to do some finagling to make it actually fit properly. These pickups are the same size as EMG 45s, but they are a weird, hey, my daughter just showed up.
I hold my knee.
Oh, do you need a kiss? Okay. All right, go back to bed. So my daughter just showed up. Anyway, they are the same size as EMG 45s, but they're not shaped exactly the same. These have a wider corner. The 45s are a lot more square. So I'll have to see what I need to do to actually make that work. But I like this bass. The neck is really comfortable. It's remarkably easy to play for being as big of a bass as it is. You don't notice that it is too big, or you don't notice that that scale length is there when you're playing it. But when you switch back to like a normal 34-inch scale or 35-inch scale, it feels like you're playing a ukulele. So it's kind of weird. Anyway, so that's what I'm going to do. This is sort of part one of this video. I'll do another part once I get the pickups and get them installed and do an A/B test. Okay, guys, so I finally got the pickups in. It took like over a month to get them, which was kind of a bummer. It's supposed to be 2 weeks, but since this is the year of everything going wrong, it was more like 5, but whatever, they're here, they are in. So what I had to do, I had to edge these holes out a little bit because they were just barely too small. Very, very close to fitting, but not quite. So anyway, I got the pickups in, and for the first time in my life, I swapped out electronics, and it worked the first time, which is cool. I didn't have to resolder it 8 times like I usually do. Anyway, so here's what we got. Again, these are the Nordstrand Big Blades. These are the warm and woolly setting, or the warm and woolly winding. And I like them. They are not quite as they're not quite as bright and raw sounding as this guy back here. My Ibanez that has big singles in it, those are really, really gnarly sounding pickups. These are a little bit more refined, but they still have a nice grunt to them, which is what I was looking for. So anyway, without further ado, again, everything flat, no boost, no cut, no nothing. Now I am in the middle position, so right off the bat, there is a lot more clarity without it being like bright and obnoxious, but definitely a lot of punch. And yeah, it sounds great. Now these are single coil pickups, so when I switch it to the bridge or the neck soloed, you are going to hear some hum, and you'll hear that as I roll back on the this knob, on the blend knob. Start hearing a little bit of buzz, a little more, and there's the bridge pickup soloed. So anyway. And you can hear right there, like there's so much more like oomph in the low end, which is what I was looking for with these, which is great. So again, there's middle, bridge, and neck. And I don't know, I can't think of anything to play, so I'm just doing goofy pentatonic stuff. But so again, your neck, here's that low B string all the way, just tons of oomph. Again, I'm recording this, and the previous section, I recorded that straight from my Helix into the, turn that off, that was kind of annoying. I just recorded through my Helix LT straight into Reaper back here. Not doing any sort of post-processing, anything. This is just my go-to preset for church. So yeah, I'm really happy with these. One thing I will say, well, a couple other notes. In some of the videos that I've seen, Carrie Nordstrand says that these pickups really like preamps, and I am definitely in agreement with him on that. So with the Audere 4-band preamp, my favorite sound out of this so far is rolling back maybe a third of the way towards the bridge, bumping the bass a little bit, bumping the high mids a little bit, or actually bumping the treble a little bit and the low mids. That's what it is. That's the spot. So I apparently can't play tonight. I don't know what's going on. And yeah, it just across the board sounds great. One other thing that I will make a note of, these things love distortion. I'm going to kick on, again, this is my LT, my Helix LT. This is the dark glass B7K that is modeled on there, and it just sounds so gnarly with distortion. Like these things just sounds just so much grunt. Again, these are the warm and woolly winding. They are a little bit more They have a little bit less treble and a little bit more output compared to the clean and clear winding. I asked their customer service guys, and I talked to Stu, and he said that this was his recommendation as a complement to the Ibanez. So anyway, if you are in the market for a new pair of soap bar pickups, these are great. I'm really happy with these. If they are a little too aggressive for you, or if the buzz is too much for you, they make a hum canceling version of these called the Zen Blades that are a little bit more low key sounding from what I hear, and they're completely hum canceling, so that's an option too. But anyway, as far as I'm concerned, big thumbs up. I'm really happy with this. It did pretty much just what I wanted. It's still not quite as gnarly sounding as my Ibanez, but it sounds great, and it's a good complement for it. So anyway, until next time, guys, take it easy, and I don't know. I don't have any sort of a sign off. I don't know what I'm doing. Have a good night.